Hey everybody, it's Innovision! Just a few weeks back, NECA made a bombshell of an announcement. To help celebrate the 35th anniversary of the first TMNT movie, they're re-releasing all 4 movie turtles along with the much coveted Spirit of Splinter action figure. Leading up to this amazing NECA re-release, they've already been re-releasing several of the first TMNT movie characters both on their website and at Walmart. Also, there's been a lot of uncertainty for US toy collectors due to these impending tariffs. It's certainly been at the forefront of my mind. In today's episode, we'll provide some advice and be your guide on ways to possibly navigate these tariffs. And to help kick off our celebration of the 35th anniversary of the first TMNT movie, we're going to unbox and review our battle damaged Leonardo and Shredder 2-pack that we picked up at Walmart. You don't want to miss any of it. Before we get started, a couple of public service announcements. We have a new survey on the community page about your favorite non-primary villain. As you come across these surveys, if it made you think and you enjoyed it, hit that like button because it lets us know how to tailor future surveys and experiences. This is your voice in our community. You can help shape our discussion today and our future discussions of tomorrow. Also, we've started working on our unboxing and review of our Holothon goodies. You may have noticed we're typically not trying to be the first to post a video about something. I post videos about toys because I love them. I don't want to feel like it's a rat race, and that's just not my style. Let's talk about these tariffs here. While the tariffs do not directly affect our international friends of the channel, we're all connected here. I know this is something at the forefront of all of our minds here in the US. While these tariffs seem like a black swan event and make it hard to predict what and when things will happen, I just want to focus on some ideas and methodologies that will make it easier for us to navigate the situation. Alright, so now I got a joke for you. You remember that Mondo Super Shredder? Yeah, it was $150 and I recoiled at the thought of the price of this toy. Well, here's a joke for you. Under the new tariffs, it comes out to almost $350. Ouch. Alright, all jokes aside, I want to be a guide and a resource to help you all navigate this to the best of my knowledge. And I hope we all chip in the community and help one another out and help pay it forward. First and foremost, I can't stress how important it is to not panic. Do not make decisions under duress. While I've heard rumors, but there's nothing substantial yet, certain hardware used for productivity like mobile phones, laptop computers, even graphics cards will be exempt from these tariffs. And these are specifically devices that are predominantly assembled outside of the US versus from start to finish being manufactured outside the US. Unfortunately, toys and action figures do not fall under this exemption because from start to finish, they're assembled, manufactured, everything outside the US. But there are a lot of parameters that can be tweaked during manufacturing. For example, a company can remove a few accessories or modify their packaging, and that saves a few dollars, and then you amortize that over thousands of units being sold, and lo and behold, you've now saved millions of dollars. I mean, while it's not desirable, NECA can move their packaging entirely to a brown box and save $5 right off the top. Just saying. I mean, I say it jokingly, but they could launch 2 versions of a product. They could have a collector's version for people that want to keep it on their shelf. It might cost a little bit more versus somebody who knows they want to open it and they can, reduce the cost there, for example. I'm not saying that they're going to do this. I'm just throwing it out there as an example. Another thing we can do as toy collectors is lean more into retro toy collecting. And I don't mean this in the sense of going to visit a retro toy store specifically, because those action figures can cost a lot of money. What I mean here is we can visit our local garage sales or flea markets and pick up some used action figures. They might have some accessories missing, or we might need to spend some time to refurbish them and clean them up a little bit. I mean, heck, you could even repaint them and breathe new life into them entirely. You could even go visit your local bargain outlet and pick up many toys and action figures for relatively cheap. Another interesting observation: several of these toy companies already have a website or a way to directly interface to their customers. For example, you can order many of the Turtles of Grayskull line directly from Mattel Toys off their website. They even started a Club Grayskull for people who want to specifically collect Masters of the Universe stuff. Another example is Hasbro. They have the Hasbro Pulse website where you can buy stuff from them directly. I mean, take this Incredible Hulk action figure, for example. This action figure, if you buy it directly from Hasbro, is $60. Right now, it's available for pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store for $75. And so there's a $15 savings that can be had here just buying directly from Hasbro. We already know NECA has their own online store, and that's another thing. They don't really need Target or Walmart. I mean, it's nice, maybe in the early days they did, but technically I feel like they could probably continue on, and as you buy stuff directly from that toy company, it's not ideal, but essentially they can cut out the middleman, and those savings will translate directly to the customer. And instead of it being savings, it might just be something to offset the cost of the tariffs. Last but not least, we as toy collectors can focus on the toys we absolutely want. This might reduce the number of things that we collect, but it's a way of staying within your budget or your means. Don't live outside of your means, don't live outside of your budget. I'm about to get off my soapbox here. I just wanted to share some ideas. I can't stress enough how important it is to not panic, stay calm, and think. What are some of the things you all have come up with? Have you been thinking of the same stuff we mentioned here? I'd love to hear from you all. I'd love for you to all pay it forward. If you thought of something we haven't here, let everyone know. Make some noise. Let's get through this thing together. All right, it's time for the fun part. So what we have here is our NECA TMNT movie from the first movie, Leonardo and Shredder 2-pack. Now this is a Walmart exclusive, and this is a battle damaged Leonardo, and I believe this is the only action figure that has this specific head sculpt. He's got a bloody lip and he's gritting his teeth. Both Shredder and Leonardo have 2 sets of hands, and even though he's battle damaged, they made sure to include an obligatory slice of pizza. Shredder comes with his extra weapons, and Leonardo has his 2 katana. And on the back of the box, we've got kind of a staged or posed battle scene between Leonardo and Shredder. This is from the rooftop fight scene in the first movie. The one where Shredder disarms Leonardo and forces the remaining of the brothers to throw their weapons off the side of the roof. And at that fateful moment, Michelangelo's nunchuck lands on a ladder. And it's right then and there at the very end where Splinter shows up and Shredder charges at him. And Splinter grabs the nunchuck and stops Shredder by holding his spear. Shredder throws a dagger at Splinter. He catches it with one hand, causing Shredder to fall into the back of the garbage truck. And then our friend Casey Jones says, "Whoops," and smushes him in the back of the garbage truck. So that's probably one of my favorite scenes from the whole entire movie. Alright, let's see what we got here. Wonder if the mask comes off. No. It looks like it's glued on there, but there's a lot of detail here. You can actually see his face, like in his lips and everything, beneath the mesh of the mask. So I'm pretty sure everyone that's here with us right now remembers that face that Leonardo made right here is right when Shredder had the spear held to his throat, right when he was about to take him out. And that's when he made the threat for all the brothers to have to throw their weapons off the side of the roof. These figures are chock full of details. So not only do we see like bruising and kind of blood coloration on Leonardo, you've got all the little like blemishes on the skin like the movie Turtles had. You can see Shredder's face through the mask. He even comes with his dagger and a little holster that the dagger goes into. I'm gonna have to see where it attaches, like on the side of him. And you know, a couple of folks in the community actually picked this one up as well. You can see all the glittery material in Shredder's suit, and there's just no detail left unturned. Like even the katanas, they've got the same square shape that they had in the movie on the part that attaches the blade to the handle. And then we've got Leonardo with his holster that holds the 2 swords. He doesn't come with the interchangeable bandana piece that some of the other earlier movie Turtles came with, but he's definitely got that facial expression of that when Shredder was holding the spear to his face. I know that they probably did something to differentiate this one from the other Turtles, but I actually have some knockoffs of these movie Turtles, and this feels way different than the knockoffs. You know, I knew they were knockoffs when I got them, but the prices were completely unreasonable for the movie Turtles. And so that's why, for a collector like me, I am so excited that they're remaking all the original movie Turtles and having the Spirit Splinter to accompany it. I hope that the pricing holds and that the tariffs don't cause any changes in plans there. My hope is that, you know, since there was a little to no R&D costs related to making those figures, NECA probably will eat some of their profit to help the customers out. Otherwise, they risk looking very bad. So I don't see them doing that. I mean, that one's just purely a profitable thing. Yeah, we've got the similar points of articulation like other NECA action figures, and these are really nice. I'm really excited about them. You've got the swirling kind of mosaic pattern in the back of Leonardo's shell. Of course, we're going to upload high resolution pictures so everyone can follow along. These are really nice. I hope that they make the other Turtles in these 2 packs as well. So I was able to pick up Kino as well as the Splinter versus the Shredder. But the Shredder that comes with the Splinter is the same Shredder that we have here. I don't know if I'm going to want to unbox 2 of them. Fun fact, the canvas that I've hung up on the wall behind me is in the likeness of the Saturday morning cartoon Turtles. And in order to get it hung up on the wall back there, that's a vaulted wall. I had to use a terrace ladder configuration and build a pole hammer in order to hammer it into the wall there. So that's something I never want to have to do again. That was absolutely a dangerous feat, but it was worth it because it turned out very good. And I had to take my time and be very meticulous to be safe. But the best thing I could do while doing that was not look down, because for example, that canvas, we picked it up at a bargain store. My wife was thrift shopping and it was originally for 15 bucks. She used a coupon and we ended up getting it for 10 bucks. Something like that easily goes for like 30 to 50 bucks depending on where you get it, but we picked it up at a bargain outlet. And so this is a perfect example of how to deal with these things. As I've mentioned several times before, I'm a value collector. I don't just pick up things willy-nilly that I don't necessarily want in my collection. Everything here is handpicked something that I want, but I make sure to get a good deal, or I don't pay more than MSRP. Only the fates know what's going to happen to action figures like the Mondo line. I mean, they were already quite expensive. I'm actually right now in a position where I'm regretting not picking up that Super Shredder. They took it as soon as the announcement for the tariffs kicked in, they actually took the pre-order down. And if the tariffs truly scale and that's an action figure that's made in China, for example, that means that that thing can cost upwards to close to 350 bucks. So in today's episode, I share with everyone some of the techniques and strategies we're going to use here at Innovision Games in order to be able to still work on collecting even when the tariffs set in. Make sure to pay it forward and let other folks in the community know if you come up with other strategies we haven't covered here today. Make sure you hit that like button on the video. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on all the collectibles, gaming tips, and mods we've got coming down the pipeline.